Normalizing fat pregnancy. The word for that is obesegnacy. And we're not going to normalize obesegnacy, okay? Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. Good morning, good morrow, and good day. If you are new here, hi, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Chanel number 5. And if you haven't already, please consider giving me a subscribe. Go ahead and like the video because me feel like you're gonna like it. You're gonna like the video. And if it's giving you the option to hype it, go ahead and hype it. So a few weeks ago, I ran across a list called the top 40 obesity influencers, I guess in the United States or maybe of all time. I'm not sure. But I didn't look at the entire list because I wanted to react to it and see if any of our favorite influencers were on the list. I'm sure most of the people that we love are on the list. But I'm also curious about who didn't make the list that we thought was going to make the list. I'm sure everybody is, it's a weird world that we live in. It is a weird world that we live in. But there is also a really funny thing that happened with this list. I was told by a subscriber. But anyway, let's jump into it. In one sentence, I want you to tell me in the comments below before we get started, what would you think a weight stigma influencer is? In one sentence below. What is a weight stigma influencer? Explain it to me like I'm a little kid. If I'm like, Mom, what? I just heard this weird thing. What's a weight stigma influencer? What would you think a weight stigma influencer is? Let me know in the comments below because you're going to be a little shocked what they have on this list. Okay, so this is a person called Hey Sharon Maxwell on Instagram. I have covered, or not covered them particular. They do deserve their own episode, but I will say that. They do deserve their own episode. However, this person I've covered a couple of times on the channel. They are super excited that they made this list of obesity influencers. So they're excited to be a part of a community that sells a very, very unhealthy lifestyle. So good on them. Okay. But let's read this caption. It says, Hey Sharon Maxwell, no, but for real, it's 2026. We all know the BMI is dated and not a good indicator of health. Can we please stop pathologizing fat bodies? Can we please stop saying that fat people who are simply existing on the internet are glorifying obesity? Thank you. The list really is a great one to follow though. Drop your favorite fat positive accounts below so we can all diversify our feed. Oh my glob, I'm spot number 21. This is the Fierce Fatty. We've covered them recently. They had their own special list, 49 facts of being fat or something like that. 49 reasons why being fat is amazing or some kind of dumbass shit. They are probably like my own internal nemesis. I believe that they do the most harm in the body positivity, fat acceptance movement. I cannot believe this person is considered a professional and has the balls / gall / wherewithal to post some of the shit that they post on the internet. And with so much like confidence. It is a little bit crazy. Like it really, really does make me feel like we're living in like some kind of a alternate reality, an alternate universe. Like, all
right, Morty, here we are. Oh my God.
This person is... It's unhingery, and I will not allow it. They need to have another episode. It's only been a week, and I cannot wait to do another episode about them. But anyway, let's read. I'm number 21. I have arrived. Please put the title of Top 21 Obesity Influencer on my tombstone, which I will soon need because she is morbidly obese. Because, I'm fat. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my God. Wow. They're living in reality. That's crazy. So about to die any minute now. And thank you for making me one of your fave fat positive accounts. Right back at ya. And then this one person says, period, I've already followed more than half the list, but I went ahead and followed a bunch more. Queen B says, genuinely offended I am not on the list. Congrats to all who did. My body positive home. And to think they didn't think it was acceptable to just say fat. So she's upset that it is a obesity list and not like a fat bitches list. sorry. So not everybody is on par or on board with obesity being a slur, I guess. So that's weird. This person says, when I tell you I spit out my water. Why does it have to be water? Why do they always have to prove that they're drinking water? Everybody drinks water. Wait, guys, how am I not on the top obesity influencers list? Okay, I feel like from what a glance, Miss Giggles, I feel like she has been on there. I have made an episode about Miss Giggles, so if you haven't, seen that, I'll list it up here, I guess. Well, let's watch, and then we will go straight to the list.
I have an announcement to make. It is...
Okay, so this is a post by FeedSpot Top 40 Obesity Influencers in 2026. This was posted in March, and I'm just now getting to it.
2026, and I have officially been ranked one of the top 40 obesity influencers. No, but for...
She never says what number she is, but so we'll have to figure out who it is. Okay, this is the lady that I thought was Miss Giggles, so I guess Miss Giggles did not make the list.
Real. It's 2026. Let's stop pathologizing an entire group of people simply based on their body size. If you actually want to follow me for some fat joy content, come on up.
Okay, regarding the pathologizing.
A Googleizer, one who speaks at funerals.
Pathologizing. Is that the right word? Yeah, whatever. Bodies that are larger, like obese. I think I'm going to go ahead and declare it law. This is my gavel, that it is okay to pathologize people who live in morbidly obese bodies. If you are more than, let's say, 300 pounds, it is almost a guarantee that there's something unhealthy about you. There's no way that living in an morbidly obese body is healthy. I'm class A obese. I'm like I've been fluctuating between 175 to 180 pounds for the last couple months now, and I'm on the cusp of just overweight, and I know that I will feel way better in an average sized body than I will in this obese body. Okay. I know it doesn't seem like I'm obese. You guys, that's obesity blindness where I rebuke it. Okay. Listen, I am obese. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with it, but like the terminology, I get it, right? Do I think that the BMI is dated and not a good indicator of health? I think that the BMI, there's more than the BMI. Like obviously you can do your waist to height ratio. My waist to height ratio is in the green though. She's in the clear. Okay, guys? But you can look at somebody, if your BMI is telling you that you're super morbidly obese and you are clearly a muscular, like a bodybuilder or something like that, which that would be like the Juggernaut from X-Men.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
That would be that's an insane, I would say unattainable beauty standard. But if your BMI is telling you that you are super morbidly obese or just regularly obese, if you've got a BMI of 40 and I look at you and you're short and you're almost as wide as you are tall, pathologized. Lawyered. I can look at you and be like, that's not a good, first of all, it's not a good look. But besides looks, it's not a healthy lifestyle. It's not a healthy lifestyle.
Over, I'd love to have you in my little corner of the internet. And together, let's work to stop oppressing an entire group of people simply based...
Oppressed where? Oppressed where? You literally have you know how much love fat people are getting lately? It's not that I don't think that fat people or anybody should just be unloved because they are of a body size, but like there's a fucking list. First of all, this list is top 40, but I went to the list earlier this morning and you can get an extra like up to 120 people to follow. Like this list is to help people find other fat people. Why are you oppressed? How are you oppressed? Tell me. What laws are telling you that you can't enter a building? What laws are telling you to stay inside after a certain time? What laws are telling you you have to be at a specific seat in the bus? What laws are telling you that you can't work here because you're fat? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I don't see oppression when it comes to fat people. In fact, especially most of them, they're just stealing that from people of color and people with disabilities and people who are actually in marginalized groups. I don't believe that being obese makes you a marginalized person. I don't. If you are just obese, you're just obese.
Based on size. I have...
Okay, let's go to the list. They need their own episode. Let me know in your comment. Let me know in the comments if you agree. They do. They do. They do. So as you can see, all right, so here is the website. I'll list the link below so that you can also take a look here. As you can see, the name has been changed, and I was alerted of the name change by a commenter by the name of Beth Reedwell. LOL, I looked up the article and they changed it to Weight Stigma Awareness Influencers. So I wonder if somebody was upset that they were using the term obesity. Oh, I'm so sorry. The O word instead of fat or whatever. So they changed it from top 40 obesity influencers to top 40 weight stigma awareness influencers in 2026 weight positivity. That is making me, I LOL'd when I found out that they had changed the name, and I was wondering, I was like, well, first of all, whoever made the list, I wonder if they didn't research or understand that most people in the fat acceptance community do believe that obesity is a slur, according to them. Export contact list. Oh, so I wonder, I'm not sure what FeedSpot is. Let's take a look here and see what FeedSpot is first. So I guess FeedSpot is a way to get discovered by brands, boost your online credibility, grow followers and engagement. Does this mean that these people were, I wonder if these people were pulled together by a particular person of FeedSpot and they believe that they're the top 40 weight stigma awareness influencers, or if they reached out to FeedSpot and turned in their information. Yeah, it says, are you a creator? Submit your profile and get listed to be discovered by brands in your niche. These people had to submit their information to this website, or maybe I'm not sure how marketing goes, or how, like, if they have a manager or something like that, maybe their manager did, but that's weird. It's weird to me. It's weird. It doesn't seem like, it would be different if it was like a BuzzFeed, list. Looking for weight stigma awareness influencers for your outreach campaign or for collaboration to promote your brand or product. Our weight stigma awareness influencers list is what you need when ranking these weight stigma awareness influencers. Oh my God. That's just say, like, change it up to, like, just when ranking these big baddies or something like that. Like, be creative. We've considered not just their following, but also engagement, as well as overall influence in the weight stigma awareness space. Okay, so again, I feel like the people on this list, their managers, submitted to FeedSpot. I've never even heard of FeedSpot. I'm not an influencer, but let's get to the list. Again, now I'm a little disappointed, and I'm wondering if this isn't really like a legitimate list more than it is like, I don't know, maybe they did put together like the amount of followers and their growth and influence. Okay. Megan Jane Crabb, OG creator, best-selling author. I've never even heard of her, so what do you mean? She's listed as number 1, has 1.1 million followers with I guess she's down 2%. Type mega what? Mega fat? She doesn't look mega fat to me, but let's take a look here. Megan Jane Crabb, OG creator, best-selling author, presenter, host. She's what they would call a small fat. I don't think that they would call her. She's more of like the OG body positivity, where it's like, this is just a body. She doesn't seem very. Is she obese? Is she overweight? Sure, but she's not an IRB like the other gals. Like, she's not super duper fat. Just a regular schmegular fat, Beautiful. Beautiful, great style. This is me like, okay? We love a chance to get dressed up and give women their flowers, Women of the Year awards. Okay, very cool. Love the dress. She clearly has a color palette that she likes to keep too. She clearly has particular favorite colors. I kind of like that. I like a gal that sticks to color palettes. I like a gal that has a signature look. So me not, I'm not seeing. So here's the other thing too. I'm not seeing so far. Her page is more like social justice. Her page is body positivity. What I'm not getting is glorification of obesity. I'm not getting that. Wait a second.
Disorder like that. You go right
Wasn't expecting British accent.
when you recover from an eating disorder like that. You go right back into the world that is still obsessed with weight loss and dieting. So all of these disordered behaviors that have kind of destroyed your life are still so normalized.
Welcome to Megan Jane Crabb to How Do You Cope?
Thanks for having me.
Your journey into the body positivity world came from quite a dark experience.
So my journey with body image started as young as I can remember, really. First day of primary school, realised I was a bit bigger than the other girls there. I was also the only brown one. And
So that was just a conversation about like meeting recorders. We're not going to get into it. I'm not getting a ton of like, let's be fat. I'm not getting a ton of fat acceptance. I'm mostly getting like actual body positivity, which I feel like they're two different things now. So there's body positivity, like this is my body has lumps and dumps, my body's got some rolls, whatever. And then there's fat acceptance, which is like, it's okay to be 400 pounds, nothing wrong, nothing unhealthy about being 400 pounds. I'm not getting that here. I'm not getting, is this person supposed to be in the #1 list for top weight stigma influencers? I don't know if I would say she's a weight stigma influencer. I'm getting body positivity, sure, but weight stigma, not sure. All right, Loie Lane. We have heard of Loie Lane. Well, actually, listen, I have not heard of her. I've seen her. She's got a very, very familiar face. I know it's a little bit distorted on here. Should I fix that? Is that bothering you guys terribly? Let's see here. Okay, Loie Lane, bio YouTuber and lover of all things spooky. So that's where I've seen her, is on YouTube. She's got a very familiar face. For business inquiries, she's got a management. It appears she has a manager. Instagram handle Loie Bug. Let's take a look at Loie's page. All right, Loie Bug, Loie Lane, yada yada yada. Is Loie, now let's take a look. Is Loie a weight stigma awareness influencer? So far, I haven't seen it much, but let's take a look here. I think her shtick mostly is spooky stuff, so I'm not seeing a lot of weight stigma awareness. Let's take a look here. It's my birthday. She's 33. I still carry a little low with me in everything I do. Nothing about that is weight stigma awareness. A little late to the trend, but what do you do? Teletubby facts. Okay, top 5 horror movies. I claim no negative energy from this video. The lamp genuinely looking weird. That one scary Teletubbies Twitter account. The Dear Dave. Okay, again, still not getting any weight stigma awareness. I see plus size in her hashtags. When you guys think weight stigma awareness, do you think somebody who is bringing awareness to any kind of oppression or fat oppression or fat hatred? I would think so, right? Or like most of the ones that are like political movements. Honestly, the #1 person that I thought that was going to be #1 would be Jessica Torres. I think she's on the list, but not even that high. She is mostly the one almost every day, almost every single post is about fat stigma or like being oppressed as a fat person. Let's see how far along. Let's move on to the next person. Again, this is not a, I don't think Loie Lane is a fat stigma awareness person. I'm sorry. So far the list is bullshit. Nancy Gonzalez, again, I've never heard of this person. She's on Weight Watchers. She's not, I'm not even going to look. That person is not a weight stigma awareness person or a fat acceptance obesity influencer. Let's look. Nancy's journey. Okay. She is a chonk. Let's say that. She is big, but she's working out. She's doing the workouts. You guys know what I say, though. I am a big believer that you can't outrun a shitty diet. Do we know what her diet's like? We don't know what her diet's like. Do I think it's healthy? Probably not. Just saying. I'm so sorry. I am judging based off of what she looks like, but, I'm only human. I'm only human. Again, not seeing a lot of activism or anything like that. This is cute. Cute outfit. Would wear. You know, I'm a sucker for skirts though. So yeah, I'm looking through her page. I'm not seeing any. I'm seeing plus size, and I feel like being a plus size model is not the same as being a weight stigma influencer. All right, so Nancy Gonzalez, not a good weight stigma influencer. Christian Chirico, I actually love her. We are going to go to her page. I actually love her. I do follow Kitchen and Jorn on YouTube. I think that the dynamic between them two is fun. I think Kristen, there are some things that I'm like, I dislike about her, but I mean, you can't like everything about everybody, right? There are some things that you're not going to like. You know, I'm not trying to be her friend, but I think she's got really cute style. I think she's kind of down to earth. Again, the cute style. And the one thing that I dislike about her is I do think that she is, I would say that she is an obesity influencer. Like she almost is a type 2 diabetes influencer. Like she is just like, she got type 2 diabetes, completely rolled over and was like, it happens, not going to change much. And I think I kind of slowed down watching them because I was like, ew, that's kind of like watching somebody being like, I'm going to sit in front of this train and there's not much I can do, but I'm going to let the train hit me. Does that make sense? That's such like a weird thought out of my mind, but it was kind of like watching somebody roll over and be like, I guess I'm okay with no longer being on this planet. It was weird. I got a weird feeling from her. But I do like her. I do remember watching them on BuzzFeed. So if you guys don't remember, I don't know how old you are, but she was on the OG BuzzFeed from like 2012, 2014 or whatever. When BuzzFeed was like super cool and did like quizzes and like, let's try all these foods from Mexico, or we're going to put all these girls who are in different bodies try bras on from Victoria's Secret. Like, you know what I mean? When BuzzFeed used to do cool videos like that. The Try Guys before they were canceled or whatever and weird. Anyway, Kristen Chirico, followed her from there, liked her a lot because I was also just as big as she was. And now she is now she's got her own YouTube channel with one of the people from BuzzFeed, Jen, I believe they're still called that. And now their channel is called it's called Kitchen and Jorn. Oh, okay, Kristen. She looks like she's lost a bit of weight. Maybe. She might be on a GLP-1 for her type 2 diabetes, though. But doesn't she have cute style? Like, I love her style. Anyway, I have type 2 diabetes, and honestly, my life is much better now because people have finally stopped telling me I'm going to get type 2 diabetes. Like, that's a funny joke. However, I mean, you gave up. Like, she gave up after that. Let's see here. Again, I don't know if I would say Kristen is an obesity influencer or a weight stigma influencer. I don't see a lot of Kristen's content being pro-obesity, pro-fat, political. You know what I mean? I mean, it's political in other senses. Like, she's just talking about police resistance right here. But I don't see her doing a lot for the obese community or the fat community, right? Okay, here's another one talking about thins.
I think thin people came up with manners. Like, what do you mean I gotta cross my legs when I sit? Cross them where?
Ew. Okay, that was crazy. Like, you forced that.
My ankles? What are those? Honestly, crossing my legs when I sit just makes it bad for
She is... Okay, we have frog people, we have rat people. She's a frog. Like, she is definitely a frog. I'm a frog, too. I'm always going to be a frog. You know, frog pride. Let me know what you guys in the comments are. Are you a frog or are you a rat? She is a frog. My husband's a rat. That's, you know, picture right here. But anyway, she is a frog.
all of you. It's like trying to keep the gates of Jurassic Park closed with a bike lock. Like, what do you mean I gotta put a napkin in my lap? Like, two things. First thing, what lap? I have tits and legs. I'm the green M&M.
You are not tits and legs. You are also a very large belly. But again, you guys, I think she's cute. I'm allowed to have opinions. I don't think that she's out here glorifying obesity or anything like that. I think that she is just a comedian, a BuzzFeed ex. And, let's talk about eggs.
All people who are born with ovaries are born with every egg they will ever have in their entire life.
Really?
Yes.
You have eggs?
I do have eggs. Well, I actually do have eggs, but more.
Can you cook them?
I can't. Well, I already cooked half of them a while ago, so I can't. I only have like half of them left. But my mother was born in the 50s, and so like I technically existed as like some sort of. I mean, obviously not me, but like some.
Your egg.
Yes, my egg has existed since the 1950s.
May I just say that you're a good egg?
I'm a good egg. Thank you for saying that, because
You are all good eggs too. You are all good eggs too.
sometimes I feel like the jury is out. All people who
All right, let's move on. Kristen Jericho, is she a fat? Again, this list sucks. She is not a fat obesity. She is not an obesity awareness. What was the fucking thing? She is not an obesity influencer. So that's the other thing too. What is an obesity influencer? I'm not seeing her being an obesity influencer. I'm not even sure she'd be happy to be on the list. Listed as number 4. She is not known for obesity. She is a comedian. She is known for other stuff. She's known for Kitchen and Jorn and for BuzzFeed. Like, I wouldn't say that she is a fat or weight stigma awareness Instagrammer. Okay, Tanvi Geetha Ravishankar. All right. Okay, so her bio: lifestyle, plus size, fashion, fat joy, dance, helping you wear what you love and take up space. 9+ years of challenging fat phobia. Come twirl with me. The chubby twirler. All right. I'm getting the vibes. She may be worthy of the list. Let's take a look here. So far, fat. Okay, so far, fat. So far, I am just seeing plus size. I'm not seeing a lot of like fat activism. What was she like in the 90s? Plus size swimwear, another plus size. Okay, normalizing fat bodies. Let's see what we say here. I don't speak the language. I'm going to say she makes the list. I'm so sorry. I don't speak the language. I don't understand. I would say she makes the list. Leah Stanley. The name sounds familiar. Not sure if I know her. Helping women feel confident and seen. Plus size outfit you'll wear. Real life 2027 bride. Ooh, congratulations. Let's take a look here. Voluptuous Leah. Helping women feel... Okay. All right. So just to scroll through, she is a plus size person. We've always dreamt of cheering on the sidelines, but never specified for what sport. Okay, before I stopped covering my arms on 90-degree days versus now, and she's wearing a sleeveless top. Caption says, turns out even if you cover them up, people still know you have them, like they're still there. Sleeves aren't cloaks of invisibility, so if it's hot out, let your arms see the damn sun and feel the damn breeze. You deserve to feel comfortable. I agree. I live in Florida, and sometimes I'm going to be I've got a lot of arm fat and a lot of arm skin. And I'm self-conscious about the width of my arms, but it's hot, so I will be wearing a tank top. And the trick is, you guys, the trick to being comfortable in your skin and being comfortable with showing things, is that everybody is so worried about themselves that nobody really gives a shit about what you're doing. I don't go out and look at people's arms. Like, I'm not going to go out and look at this gal and be like, she shouldn't be wearing that skirt or that tank top. No, because I would understand. I have 2 brain cells. It's 94 degrees right now in Florida with 100% humidity. Like, be for real, right? And I'm assuming that people around me are also thinking that. Also, my insecurities are my insecurities, and they might be somebody else's goal. You never know. You never know. Somebody might want to look like what you're currently at. So, all right. Swimsuits for all. Okay, seeing some more justice for obese people. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to have rolls. It's okay to have big arms and thick thighs. Okay, so far it's okay to be fat. I would say this person does belong on the obesity influencer list or the weight stigma influencer list. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Fat is not a This says fat is not a bad word on her sign. Let's go, girls. We are reclaiming the word. We're taking up space. We're being seen, and we're paving a positive road for the young girls in school. Okay, and she's in a bikini or underwear set. I'm not sure if that's a bathing suit or not. Out in the world, shaking her bitties. It looks like it's winter there. So what are we doing? This is from March. Okay, so it's still kind of springy, or it's almost spring. It's still cold wherever she's at, I can tell. All right, so this says, take the power away. Oh, let's look at the captions. Captions say, take the power away. Is it really an insult if the person wasn't offended? No, I don't. I agree. So if you want to insult somebody, you got to do some digging, right? It's got to be something that they're not really caring about. Take the power away. Is it really an insult if the person wasn't offended? I almost feel like not being insulted when someone calls me fat ends up leaving the insulter offended. LOL. Reclaim the word. It doesn't have to be seen as a negative light. We are fat. We have fat. We are more than that. There's no secret that there's more to us in our bodies when you're big and there's a word out there being used as a weapon. It's important to stand up and put the word in front and center and talk about it. I won't back down. If it is okay to use one word, then it will be okay to use the other, and that is the hill I will die on. Want to know what's funny? I wore sneakers in these in case I had to run. LO. LMAO. What did I actually experience? I ended up setting myself up outside of a restaurant with a window filled with women who were seated for lunch. Guess what they did? They cheered, they clapped, they waved, they took photos. It was amazing, and it really reminded me that there are reasons outside of these platforms as to why I do what I do. Sometimes I forget I make a difference in person. For people that I've met, it was a perfect reminder that life is larger than social media. Exactly. You guys get outside. I mean, don't get outside and like shake your ass in the snow, but get outside, you guys. Get outside and interact, okay? Say hello to your cashier. These messages are still needed in spaces or outside of these platforms. Body positivity isn't going anywhere. The crowd may be dwindling, LMAO. But I'm still here for you. I'm still here to tell you whatever body you're living in is beautiful. Okay. I'm not following her. I had the misfortune of her blocking my whole screen. Wow. Would I say she is a fat, would I say that she is a weight stigma awareness influencer? I would say yes. So far, 2. Let's keep a tally. So I think they've gotten 3 so far. So there we go. Caitlin Moore, representing the girlies with a belly and a booty, host of a Dose of Sass podcast. Sass and Cellulite. Let's take a look here. She's got 271,000 followers. Sass and Cellulite. Caitlin, fat girl, just existing. Representing fat girls with a belly and a booty. All right, so let's take a look here. Fat girl just existing. Okay, the why behind fat girl just existing. Let's take a look here and see what she's talking about.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm a fat girl just existing. Now, I've explained the just existing part before. Basically, what it means is I'm not on a journey. When you exist in this kind of body on the internet, people like to put you in 2 categories, either weight loss or self-love, and there's not a lot of room for in between. Now, I don't have an issue with either of those pursuits, but I prefer to think about my relationship with my body as not working towards a destination. I'm just existing.
Okay, I kind of like that. I mean, not everybody has the capacity to be some kind of an activist. Apparently, though, I wonder if she knows that she's on the the weight stigma awareness, weight positivity list. I guess she is weight positive. Let's see.
But today I want to talk about the fat girl portion of the tagline because I got this comment. And I hate to break it to you, but if hearing me call myself a
The only thing that irks me about your account is that you call yourself a fat girl.
Fat girl irks you or gives you some kind of visceral reaction, your first reaction is defense. That's internalized fat phobia. You're not fat, you're beautiful. You're not fat, you're curvy. You're not fat, you're plus size. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm also fat. Fat's not the opposite of any of those words. When I use the word fat, it's not self-deprecating. It's neutralizing, it's empowering, it's redefining that phrase for myself.
Yeah, but that's just for you. A lot of people would use, I mean, if somebody, I feel like the majority of the world is still not on board with that. I feel like the majority of the world still uses fat as like a negative thing, which I understand the fat community is trying to reclaim it or like make it just a descriptor, which I would say word. Like, yeah, I mean, it is just a descriptor. Somebody is fat. It's easier just to call somebody fat, but maybe she is making sense. I guess it is internalized fat phobia if you still take offense to the word fat. We're learning. We're learning. Let's listen.
To be a neutral descriptor. And the more you hear me say fat, in the same way I would say blonde and tall, the less jarring it's going to become. And the more you hear...
That makes sense. That makes sense. That does make sense. But I still feel like if I called somebody, maybe I'm healing. I still feel like if I called somebody random, like a fat, like if I went to Walmart and I was like, oh, that fat woman over there, that would be fucked up. Would you agree? Because you wouldn't say, oh, that skinny woman over there. Or you wouldn't say, oh, that, I mean, you would say something like that tall or that blonde or that short gal or that gal with curly hair. But you wouldn't say that fat woman, would you? I guess they want that. You know, you heard it here, you guys. It's okay to start calling people fat in public now.
Me say it, the more you see my lifestyle content, I hope the more you learn that being fat is okay. And you're allowed to just exist.
You are allowed to just exist. I would say being fat is not okay only because I do live in reality and like being fat, you know, I wouldn't say it's illegal. I'm not talking like that. Being fat is not okay because being fat, being obese is unhealthy. You run the risk of you have a higher chance of getting 14 types of cancer. Of those cancers, they are the top 40% of cancers that people in the United States get. So, you know, facts. Okay, let's keep looking at our page. Normalizing fat pregnancy.
I am 23.
Are you friends with a particular flower on YouTube? I need to know. Normalizing fat pregnancy. The word for that is obesegnacy. And we're not going to normalize obesegnacy, okay? We're not going to normalize obesegnacy. The bump is bumping fat pregnancy. She's not even, again, she's a small fat. I wonder if, you know, did she belong on the weight stigma? Did she belong on the weight stigma awareness influencers list? I would say yeah, because she is talking about weight stigma, but let's see what they have to say.
3 weeks pregnant today, and I mostly just look fat.
Okay, why don't you...
Whoa.
Torrid sent me another...
I thought she said she's 3 weeks pregnant. I was like, baby, that's your belly. You wouldn't be showing. But anyway, let's listen.
23 weeks pregnant today, and I mostly just look fat.
Okay, why don't you share a little bump date because I'm now 32 weeks pregnant. And this is what we look like.
Cute. I love pregnancy. I think that people who are pregnant are top notch. I think moms are miracle makers. I love moms. We love moms, you guys. Listen, I love pregnancy. I love the idea of creating a human being in your body. I think that is a superhero power. I'm never going to be able to do it, maybe. I don't think I will. But wow.
We definitely have a bump. It's still soft on the bottom here. We've got some more stretch marks. But if you're worried that you're not going to have a whole bump, you will. Again, from the front profile, I still kind of look the same. It just looks like I have a belly. I'm still not getting stopped in public. I've never been asked in public if I'm pregnant.
I don't think you should ask people if they're pregnant. I think we've learned that since we were little kids. Because the last time I asked somebody if they were pregnant, they ended up just being fat. And that was when I was like 5 years old. We don't do that. Don't ask people if they're pregnant. Just, you know, they'll tell you. People who are pregnant will tell you.
And I'm still wearing my normal clothes. These pants, lifesavers. I've been living in the whole pregnancy. And also, I was worried that I was never going to feel the baby, but you do. And my husband can feel it. You can see it moving sometimes. It's wild. So that's it. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's because, sorry to say, you're not that fat. Like, she is fat. You know, she has fat. But she's not Tess Holiday fat. We're not normalizing. Again, though, Ew, we are not going to normalize obesegnacy. No, thank you. Fat Girl Flo. We know she belongs on this list. Fat Girl Flo, Carissa Enna King, 197,000 followers. They belong on the list. They do quite often talk about fat stigma. Your body is good from all angles, etc. That she does belong on the list. Do I like Fat Girl Flo? I don't think I've ever done an episode on her. Maybe she needs her own episode. I'm going to save her. I think I have covered her in the past. She is quite large. But... So I have saved a playlist of Fat Girl Flo. She is going to be on an upcoming episode. I just think that there is a lot of interesting things that she's got to say about being fat. Most of her stuff is about being fat, and I'm not saying plus size. She's not a plus size model. I mean, she clearly is a plus size model, but at least she's a model. She's doing influencer things as a plus size gal, but her shtick is I'm fat, it's fine. So yeah, she does belong on the list. So, and I do plan on doing an episode on her. She has, posted a picture. This is what introduced me for her. Hold on. She wore the shirt that says fatty for a free Palestine. And I just was like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, what does that have to do with Palestine? They're starving. Like, I don't know. It was just really, really, really weird. It was really weird. And I don't think that they should have put just, if you want to save money for or raise money or send resources to Palestine, just do that. You don't need to do it like attach being a fat ass to it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, you guys? If I'm wrong, please tell me. Please tell me. I don't know. It's just so weird to me. Like, just do your part and then do a part and then move on. You don't have to attach being a fat ass to your first of all, to your fart sniffing. Like,
can you believe all these imbeciles in Texas?
I guess I'm weirded out by people who do stuff like raise money and then they have to they feel obligated to tell the world or like to share it on Instagram. I don't know. It feels insincere to me. That's it. It feels like they are adding that they are using a crisis basically to like bring awareness to their own crisis, which they think is a crisis, which is fat stigma or something like that. So far, I'm feeling like the list is mostly bullshit. I thought I was going to do a tally, but it's going to be a long video. I kind of want to see if there's anybody on the list that we actually do recognize. And when I say we, I mean me. And if there's anybody on there that is like super famous. So what I'm looking for is Tess Holliday. I'm looking for Jessica Torres. I'm looking for, who is another fat influencer? Let me know who you are expecting to see on this list and if they're going to be on the list or not. I'm going to scroll through. All right. So where were we? We were at... Who's the other one who's got the rosacea? I'm sorry. These are the only things I can... She's got really cool style too. I guess we'll see her when we see her. And if not, I'll post a picture of what she looks like here. All right. Okay. Ali Avina, don't know who she is. Dana Falsetti, don't know who they are. Abby Bible sounds familiar. Not sure if I know who she is. Unapologetic fashion gal, fat gal, lover. She's getting married. Oh, she is married. Very cute. Don't know her though, but I did start following her. Abby Raymond. 149,000 followers. Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Here's Jessica Torres, number 15. I feel like Jessica Torres was supposed to be like number 1. Virgie Tovar should have been number 1. I'm a little upset for Virgie. I'm upset. Virgie Tovar does the most for weight stigma awareness. Weight stigma expert is in her fucking bio. Who else is upset with me for Virgie? We got to give our girl a little bit of support. Jessica Torres. Again, these people should have been at the number 1, but I wonder how FeedSpot was ranking. They must have been ranking from like size of following. So that's dumb. This person just appears to be a fat person who does yoga and stuff. Maggie McGill. Are any of these ringing bells for y'all? Carly Compton. That sounds a little bit familiar, but I'm not being sold by it. All right, Bree Campos, therapist, coach. I help heal body image through body grief. What's body grief? Let's take a look here. Body image with Bree, therapist and coach. Grief. The only way out of avoidable body grief is through. What the fuck is body grief? Somebody please tell me. Okay, I know the world has promised you Hold on a second. Robin knows how to read. I know the world has promised you the world if only you existed in a smaller body. And if you're like me, that may not be possible for you. It's possible for everybody, and it's free, by the way. You're right. Living in a larger body is harder, and there is so much to grieve. You will have to acknowledge that anti-fatness exists on purpose in our world and intends to include you. There will be things you have to say no to because the world has told you no. But when you stop the noise of body hatred, when every breath of life isn't spent on being smaller, healthier, more acceptable, but instead you are living your best life in the body you have, you realigned to values that align with your soul. Is anybody feeling like this is just like a bunch of mumble bullshit? Like, I am not... First of all, I'm not being sold. Second of all, I'm a little confused. What are we talking about? Let's keep going. When your worth is no longer tethered to the number on the scale, you no longer have to cosplay as a person who is confident because you are confident. That confidence is not shaken by the scale, by clothes not fitting, by judgment, by others making your here and now body as a place to exist. You are a part of that body. You don't exist in the body because the body is not a place. I mean, I guess if you're thinking of like your soul existing in the body, but like, I'm not sold. This is so strange. How can you view your body as a home and anchor into its safety if you also view it as temporary? I'm so confused. It is temporary. We only get one life. So what do you mean? How can you view your body as a home and anchor into its safety if you also view it as temporary? It is temporary. You get one life. Are you trying to tell these people to like just give in and accept that and just accept? It just sounds like you're rolling over and just accepting to die early. I don't know. You can change your beliefs. You have 3 things: a willingness and desire to try something different, action and strategy to navigate the darkness, and support so you don't let the world gaslight you into healing. Why are we fighting healing? What are we doing? We have to do the same thing because it's scary. Okay, first of all, baby girl. Not a lot of people read the description. Like, this is a fucking novel. I'm pissed. You can change your beliefs. You need 3 things: a willingness and desire to try something different, action and a strategy to navigate the darkness, and support so you don't let the world gaslight you into healing. We have to do the thing that scares us in the trauma-informed way. We have to show up as we are unapologetically to spaces we weren't invited, even if we feel like a fraud. I'll tell you something. Don't show up uninvited anywhere. That is not nice to do. We have eat the fear food. We have eat the fear food. Go on the date. Wear the bathing suit. Ask for bigger chair. Say no to being weighed at the doctor's. Listen, these are bad. Say no to getting weighed at the doctor. You have to be weighed at the doctor's. It's important. They need to make sure that like every time you go to the doctor that you're not gaining an exorbitant amount of weight because that's unhealthy. Oh, this says we have to eat the fear food. Okay. Experience the distress in a way that isn't accosting to your nervous system. If you If you're ready for a change in your beliefs, you are willing to try a new uncharted path. If you are willing to accept loss in some areas of life, knowing you will gain greater relief in others, then join my Body Grievers course. I don't like the idea of using grief, because what are you grieving? What are you grieving? I believe her idea is grieving the idea that she will never be, like grieving the body that she'll never have, like grieving the type of person that she'll never be, which is a healthy person, I guess.
Stuck in your body hatred, I need you to listen to this. I know what you feel like because I've been you. I hated my body and believed it disqualified me. I believed I would never feel peace with my body until it was smaller, and it grieved me. It felt lonely and harrowing and hopeless. And if this is you, I want you to know I see you. I've been you, and that body peace is possible in the you live in. This shift won't happen overnight, and it will be harder alone. Ready to explore your body image beliefs in a community of...
Okay. Follow. We will be doing an episode on her. Crazy. I feel like I've seen, I may have done a video with Angelica and we reacted to one of this person's videos before. What is their name? I really hate when these fat acceptance influencers tell people not to worry about getting healthy, because it cements the idea that these people really just want others to be on the planet for less time than other people. Like they want them to die young, basically. And I would rebuke it. I rebuke it in the name of the Lord. All right. Vinnie Wellsby, my nemesis. This is Fierce Fatty. We've done an episode on her or on them last week. Check it out. Check it out in my other video from last week. They had a crazy list, 49 great things about being fat or something like that, and it's just non-science. And what I did in the video was I don't want to say debunked. I checked her sources and they were all mostly bullshit or broken or just like very cherry picked. There was one part of the video where they said something like being fat, they literally said that being fat lowers mortality a ton or something like that. And then when I read the source, it said that being type 1 obesity, there was no change to mortality after, I think, a surgery or something like that, or maybe an illness. And then type 2 and 3, it like increased the mortality rates. So more people died at that weight. So they basically lied, or maybe they just didn't read it right. I'm not sure. But to me, what I'm getting is like, if you're going to share 39 sources or whatever, how many sources she had, fucking check them and be accurate. And don't cherry pick. Expect people to check your sources. If you're going to supply sources, people will check them. I wonder if anybody checked them and commented in our comments though. I should have called her out. I will today. I'll make it a goal. All right. There's a man right there. Just a fat trans person in the internet. Brittany Shane Neary. 26,000 followers. Hold on a second. Do I know them? I don't know them. But not seeing a lot of fat activism, just a personal lifestyle page. Okay, Tracy Cox, award-winning soprano, fat liberation artist, activist, fat vanity enabler, voice teacher, autistic. Let's take a look here. It's okay to be fat. Oh, is she an opera singer? That's cool. They're an artist. Oh, that's actually a cool dress. What do you guys think about the dress? I think it's cool. Very costumey, but obviously it's for a wedding. But I think it's kind of a cool idea. I love fashiony stuff, though. Okay, so this says, it's a haunted house, but it's just the ghost of an extended size range and moved from major retailers. So there are a little bit of fat activist points on their page. Music, we're going to cut it out. That's not an outfit that I would wear. And she just says, it's okay to be fat. Very lazy. That's lazy. That's lazy. There's not even talking points. It's just her in an outfit and then just an okay to be fat. I don't know. I don't know. And there's not even no caption either. That gives me, I haven't posted in a while. Here we go. Let me just put this here for you. All right. Emily, Thrifty Fatty. I'm not seeing anything. Fat liberation therapist, healer. This is Kayla Stansberry. Fat liberation therapist, healer, ADHD and autistic, queer, anti-oppression, secretary, board member, blah, 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 blah. Let's take a look at their page. I have done an episode on this person. This is the person. Let's take a look here, see if I can catch the post that. All right, so this is the post that got her on my channel before. Fat liberation means fuck ICE. What do they have to do with anything? What do they have to do with anything? Friendly reminder, all of our oppression is connected. We cannot fight for fat liberation without identifying how the same systems create ICE. And I picked it apart. I'll put the video up here. There's a lot of videos I'm referencing. Sorry. And then here is the other post to follow that. The same systems that perpetuate weight stigma created ICE. And it just seemed very, very much...
Let me jump. There's a lot of things going down in ICE right now. Let me go ahead and put fat in there too so that people can start paying attention to fat people.
And I was just like, can you just show your lack of support of ICE and just do that in a post without it having to be surrounded by your own agenda? Like, can we just do things that feel right without adding our own agendas to it? Do you guys know what I mean? Again, she is another person that is just like, how are you a professional? How are you a professional? How? I'm so confused how these people have fucking jobs, dude. It's kind of crazy, actually. All right. We got to move along, dude. I've never heard of any of these people. Polyamorous, fat, black, clear, disabled femme writer, pleasure activist agent, not getting vibes that they are a fat weight stigma influencer, so not gonna even open that one. GLP-1 journey, definitely not a weight stigma influencer. Creator of the body relationship method, inclusive wellness for marginalized bodies, chronic illness, size inclusive, body liberation. Not getting the vibe either. Feminist trash, Kansas queen. Also not getting a vibe that they are a weight stigma influencer, but let's take a look here. Looks like just personal body positivity maybe, but not weight stigma. Are they sick? Oh, she's a nurse. She's a nurse. This is your nurse. You better not code because she will not make it in time. Okay? Jesus fucking Jeebus. This gal is huge. I am so sorry. This is a nurse. That's crazy. Also, I've worked in a medical field and most of my nurses, except for the old ones, were fat. They were, and I had one gal that was huge, like drinking 2 full sugar, 2 liter, so 4 liters of Mountain Dew a night. And we were working overnights and she was giant and she did not get up out of her chair most of the night. And this was before like doom scrolling and stuff. She was just reading, I think, and just big. Like all she did was just sit at her desk. Then she would go around, do rounds, passing out medication, providing care, and then back to her desk. Weird. Wow. How old is that girl? She looks very young, but I'm seeing a 91 right here. So I wonder if we're like the same age. Hold on a second. 91. Yeah, we're the same age. So she was born in 1991. So she's 35 and she's that big. That's scary. Like, She appears to be loved. I wonder if anybody's telling her, like, baby, let's fix some things.
I'd say I'm a big fan of adult money.
Bruv, listen to her breathing.
Like, yeah, I guess you could say I'm a big fan of adult money. And like, yeah, I guess you could say I'm a big fan of adult money. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm a big fan of adult money. And like, yeah, I guess you could say I'm a big fan of adult money.
I'm having a hard time breathing too, though. That's crazy. Also, very cool mirror, but baby, you are unwell. Okay, so Sharon Maxwell only made 35. She is the person who introduced us to this list. She's the one that's like, I have an announcement to make, the first video that we watched. Only 35, which is kind of a disappointment because I would say that this person does more for the fat acceptance community as far as like online presence for weight stigma. Even in her bio, it says educator and weight inclusive consultant. So most of her pages are about weight stigma and being fat. You know, it's not more like, you know, it being an influencer. It is more about the awareness. She will be getting her own episode. But let's take a look here. Talented. Do the things that bring you joy, even if for only a few moments a day. Okay.
I was presented with two different opportunities for this weekend. One being filmed in one of those shows where there's a whole circle of people with one view. So this was going to be body positive people, and then a health and fitness person in the middle. And you debate your views. And so essentially defending your right to exist.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Is what I would have been doing in that chair. And the other opportunity that arose for the weekend was going to a musical theater camp for the weekend where there would be singing and dancing and play. And I signed up for the musical theater camp before receiving the email about the filming for the other. And I'm honestly really grateful that it came in that order, because had I not signed up for that, I probably would have opted for the other, because I have a lot of knowledge that I can push back and offer that to folks, not the person in the center, but the people who would be watching it. The person in the center has made up their mind that they are filled with anti-fat bias and spewing that type of hatred. But I am so glad.
I don't think that when most people, I'm not sure who she's talking about or who it would have been or which channel it would have been on. Like, I don't think that, I mean, this is from 18 weeks ago. I doubt it was the Jillian Michaels thing. But they spread the idea that anybody who talks against fat activism is just spewing hatred. I don't necessarily hate these people. I do hate Fierce Fatty. I do hate I hate Vinny Willsby. Do I hate her? I don't know. I hate is such a strong word. I don't know if I hate them. I dislike them so much. Would I give them gas? I wouldn't leave anybody stranded. I don't know. If Vinny needed a tampon, I would give her a pad. I never said it. I said it. Or I wouldn't give them anything. There. I said it. Because I wear pads. There's nothing wrong with pads. They tell people that anybody who fights against fat acceptance hates fat people. They don't want them to exist, and that is not the case. If anything, we care. I personally care. I care about people knowing that, hey, I was on a path of getting cancer. I caught precancerous cells early enough that I didn't get cancer. That's not the case for everybody, you know? This person that we're watching on the screen actually, I believe, is either on the path or has already gotten a hysterectomy. They blame it on being undiagnosed with a beating recorder,
where we discussed the hysterectomy I'm about to have. And it is very likely because of the weight stigma I've endured in my life. They went 19 years undiagnosed and untreated with an eating disorder.
I would say it's because you have excess fat on your body. Adipose tissue is hormonally active, and your hormones have been fucked up for the last however old you are. But anyway, I'm saddened that they only made it to top the 35 slot. Let's see who else. Okay, so the last person, let's see here, is a yoga instructor, and I doubt that they are a fat stigma awareness person. Yeah, not seeing any fat stigma awareness or anything like that on this person's page. Plus, they are a fitness instructor. So, I have a feeling that whoever put this list together, either the people's managers sent them, or the person who put the list together just typed in plus size maybe in Instagram search engine and found these people, because some of them aren't fat or weight stigma awareness influencers. Literally probably 6 out of what did we see? We've seen 39. So it's not even top 40. There's a paywall, or it says request 150 weight stigma awareness influencers with an email. So this is just this is a marketing website. It's not like BuzzFeed or anything like that. It's a marketing website. It's top 40 top 40 weight stigma awareness influencers based off of, it looks like they rank them by the amount of followers that they have. And I would just say top people who are fat based off of the amount of followers they have. Most of these people do not even do anything for the fat acceptance community other than just be fat. And that's not, as far as being an activist or being somebody who is bringing light to weight stigma. Again, only a handful of 39 people that we've seen on here are doing that. And I'm upset that Virgie Tovar is not number one. Like, I don't even like Virgie Tovar. I would say I feel like Virgie Tovar and Vinnie Wellsby need to have, like, I would love to see them in the same room and see them talk to each other about some stuff. I also, again, they're like on the same tier and level of like most disliked influencer in the fat acceptance community. But I'm upset that Virgie Tovar did not make it to number one on this list. Again, I don't think the list did it based off of the messaging. But she is probably the only person in this list that has weight stigma expert in her bio, and she makes it to number 16. So again, the list is bullshit. Tess Holliday, not on the list. Why is that, you guys? Why is that? Was there anybody in the list that you were shocked to not see, or even see maybe? From what I counted, about 6 or 7 of them were actual fat acceptance or weight stigma awareness coded, or even mentioned the fact that like fat people were oppressed, something like that along the lines. We're missing Tess Holliday. We're missing, I don't know. I can't think of her name. But even like, I would say Hannah O'Brien maybe? Oh, but you can't because she deleted her page.
They are horrible. They're awful.
Wait, watch.
Rounding off the back. She's grinding them up. They are. Oh my she's God! Barely looking out.
There were. Let me know who you were missing from this list. I obviously FeedSpot is a website for people to reach out to other influencers. It isn't necessarily a list to rank anybody in particular, but they could have tried at least. But maybe we'll have to find an actual list of top 10, or maybe we'll have to make our own top 10. Ooh, that's a great idea. Top 10 body positive weight stigma influencers who you should not follow, or follow for shits and giggles if you want to live in opposite land and just believe non-science. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought. If you made it all the way to the end, please leave a turtle in the comments below. No reason why. just to let me know that you watched all the way to the end, basically. And if you haven't already, please consider giving me a subscribe. If you like the video, remember to like the video. If it's giving you the option to hype it, please hype the video. And if you haven't already become a member, it's only $2 a month, and every week you get an extra video. Not for free because you do pay, but it is an extra video, so you get 3 videos instead of 2 videos a week. You get 1 extra one on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday, or maybe Friday night, depending, right? Let's discuss in the comments below. Let's have a conversation, you guys. I love chatting and chitting with all of you, and appreciate you watching all the way to the end. So thank you so much, you guys. Have a great week, and be good. Goodbye. It's okay. It's okay. I know you said get out of my door. Get out of my door. Don't show up at my house.
Last day, I knew you were my pet. I wanna tell you that I love you.